My name is James D. Bader, and I am here to tell you my life story. I was born on February 22nd, 1994, during the worst snowstorm of that year. I had a pretty average life growing up until I hit 2.5 years old. That was when my mom and dad got the news. I was diagnosed with mild autism. It was hard for them, I'm sure, but they did everything they could to raise me right. Dad could have been there a little more, but it didn't bother me too much. But from preschool to elementary, I didn't mutter a word. Literally. Worried, my mom taught me sign language to talk. I've forgotten most of what I learned after I finally started talking at age 7. But there are times where Mom and I still say things in sign. Rare, but they're still there. I never really knew about my autism until my mom told me about it before I entered public school. Honestly, I thought it meant that I was awesome, that nothing could hurt me. Well, I never got hurt, but people I told about it always gave me sad looks. It wasn't until I got older that I understood, and I honestly don't blame them. Still, for a while I had no friends, since I kept moving around. I eventually did make friends, and I've kept them all these years, even if we butt heads often. Thankfully, though, they all have their own disabilities, so whenever one of us is down, the others can help them cheer up. Challenges I faced back then were bullying and multitasking. I may never have been hurt by bullies physically, but emotionally I was hit like a punching bag, and it hurt every time. I eventually learned the old saying sticks and stones and learned to smile at life. But multitasking was horrible, mainly because of how long it took for me to get the right answers for tests. You could ask anyone who was around when I was in elementary and junior high that math and science were my worst subjects, constantly balancing on an extremely thin wire. Another thing that gives me issues is distractions. Easily distracted, I will not deny that. The only thing that seems to cure that is music in the background. If I don't have any sort of noise in the background that isn't noticeable, then I get fidgety and antsy, begging for something to immerse me in what I'm doing to keep me focused. I'm man enough to say that despite my easily getting distracted, it's because of my active mind that allows me to put these vast distractions into my favorite hobby that I hope becomes a career one day: writing. I have created vast worlds, cultures, personalities, stories, all thanks to the world around me and the shiny distractions that catch my eye. My autism can be a curse sometimes, especially socially when meeting someone new. But it's also a blessing in the sense that if you're creative enough, you can make worlds beyond other people's imaginings. But besides that, I want this to become a career in the future at some point. Not right now, but I could see myself as a writer in the future. The only thing holding me back is paranoia that I wouldn't be or accepted. But I know not everyone is easily swayed, and I have accepted it. But if I do become a writer in the future, you better expect me to throw everything I have to make it golden. But yeah, socially I get along great with people. That I know. People I don't know I try to socialize with and have gotten significantly better than in the past. In the past, whenever I would be in an area with people I didn't know, I'd shell up and hide in a corner. But now I approach people and talk. But I'm still shy and somewhat introverted around new people, especially around people that other people force me to meet. There were some points where I was forced to go somewhere I didn't want to and shelled up, making me look like I was grumpy. People asked if I was okay and tried to comfort me. I just told them that I was fine. And I was. Really, I just wanted to be left alone until I could crawl out of my shell. Corner a cat, you get scratched. Yes, I sometimes revert to how I was back when I was younger, but that doesn't happen often anymore. So this is my life story. I've definitely had ups and downs, to say the least. But hey, I don't know a single person who doesn't. Not even the Lord above. No one's perfect, but I'd rather be an odd puzzle piece that sticks out than a normal one, not as entertaining. A phrase that I thought of long ago one night after a rough day at school. And it's these words that tell me in the end everything will be alright, and my internal struggles will end. After all, my piece does fit somewhere.